Yeah, it's heavy for me because the Britney that I got to work with and someone I'm, friends with and has been in my life was really, really close with Britney. My heart aches. My heart aches for everybody in that whole, situation.
I absolutely love this film.
Get into that.
We're giving wrestler.
Hello. Hey, made it.
We're going.
We are thrilled to welcome multi-Juno Award winner, chart-topping singer-songwriter, and all-around Canadian icon Chantal Kreviazuk.
You know her from her unforgettable hits like Surrounded, Before You, and In This Life. And from massive songs she's written for Drake, Kelly Clarkson, to Gwen Stefani and Christina Aguilera. So pretty much we owe her our playlist.
Yes, your playlist owes her a big thank you. Now, when she's not making great music, Chantal is changing the world as longtime War Child Canada advocate, humanitarian, and member of the Order of Canada. And she somehow balances all of that with family life alongside her husband, Raine Maida, and their 3 kids.
Yeah, so please welcome the brilliant, generous, and endlessly talented Chantal Kreviazuk.
You hate saying my name. You're like, here I go.
I don't know how many times I've introduced you.
It's horrible.
I think for the last 10 years I've introduced you at
I'm
some
so
event.
sorry. I apologize on behalf of all the Kreviazuks from
Kreviazuk.
the past.
Were you just anticipating it? Like anticipating
she
her
probably
tightening up
Chantal
as
Kreviazuk.
trained to go and they're going to say it.
Yeah.
But I'm always like so tickled that someone even tries and that they get it even remotely.
My last name is Bustamante, and I feel the exact same
Bustamante.
way. So if someone gets anywhere in the ballpark, I'm like, good for
Are you Spanish or Italian or?
I am Filipino, but it's
You're
Spanish.
Filipino, but
Spanish name.
Sarmiento, like
Yeah.
typical. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my name is Sangeeta.
Sangita. I mean, yeah. Why do people get that wrong? That's easy.
Sangeeta.
Yeah.
Right. I'm
Right?
always shocked when people can't get Sangeeta correctly.
Oh, really?
I am shocked.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, also because the way you carry yourself.
Don't you
people
think it's
would
interesting?
know.
No, but you know what's interesting is that saying a name
Mm-hmm.
is the ultimate. I mean, maybe I'm going a little too deep with this, but it's kind of like the visual of the reading of it and the wrapping your mouth around
Right.
it are, coming together.
Yeah.
So it's really there's probably like I don't know, some weird like right and left brain thing happening
Yeah.
with that. And
Yeah.
we got to keep the expectations low with names like ours is all I have to say about
Right.
that. Yeah, just keep them
Yes.
low.
It's so good to see you. I'm just looking
good
at
to
you
see you.
smiling right now. And, I get to see you often, but we never get a chance to actually sit down and chat.
Yeah, well, you said you're going for a tea. I'm like, who's the person you're going for tea with? Like, I don't.
The British
I need to go to-
Council.
The British-
Well, what do I have to do? I'm the Manitoba Council. I don't know.
I don't know how I was even
I was like,
invited.
wait, who?
I'm
What?
like, I'm just going to the British Council.
That
tea.
is
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
pretty cool.
it's
pretty
pretty cool.
cool.
So I want to hear what this conversation's about,
Ooh,
what they're going
yeah,
to be. Yeah. So
sure.
I'm looking forward to it. Hence why I did my hair today. But
You
you
look
usually
beautiful.
don't. Thank
yeah.
you. Appreciate
yeah,
it.
she
but-
apologized. This is what she did when she came in. She goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm so dressed up. Sorry, I'm so dressed
I know,
up. I'm
I
going
was
for
like,
tea with the
oh,
British
man,
Council later."
Oh my!
I had to
"Oh."
shave my legs today,
Great.
guys.
Oh,
That's a big
one.
deal,
I
especially
know.
in winter. You don't do that.
I think I'm older than you, and shaving your legs is. Anyway, back to those expectations.
But yeah, it's true. We never get a chance to really sit down. And I just want to say you are just an absolute amazing person. I love your soul.
Thank you.
I feel your soul
Aw,
every time I
wow.
see you. Through your music, whatever it is, when I see you at War Child, you just have this presence that is so known. And
Wow.
so
Thank
it's
you.
wonderful to see
don't
you
know
in
what to
this
say.
space.
Well,
But
back at you for sure.
no,
because you're at
take
the same
it.
place as
Take
I
that
am, so-
energy. Take that. And so when we got a chance to go through your social, there was just so much we want to talk to you about
Okay.
because you've had
Yeah.
so many great moments in
Yeah,
your
it's
career,
been a
your
good
life.
It's
yeah,
been a good life.
it's
It's-
been very special.
I don't know how often you like. Is it something that you do where you will go back in the photos that you've posted to see?
What
you shared?
I have this small beef with one of my kids. One day he grabbed, small. I have many small beefs, but like he grabbed my phone one day. He was like, "Mom," and this was, I'm not kidding you, just before they introduced Archive
Yeah.
on Insta, and he just like honestly, he just like erased. He was like, "You don't need this. This is." I was like, "Okay, I trust you."
Yeah.
That was, and I think what I was trying to do in that moment was let him know, like, you are probably right about so much. I probably have no idea you know what I mean? Like I wanted to give him that, sort of moment to be
Yeah.
the boss man. And I realized after that was not the right thing to do, because he actually erased a whole bunch of stuff. And I remember thinking a few weeks later, they announced this archive thing, and I went, bling, like I should have, because there were some really neat things. And so now I am really careful to keep pictures and those. I like that archive thing. I think it's a really great. Because you can go back and go
And bring it back out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I do want to bring this back. I didn't want to for a second. I was really mad at that person.
At the time. Now we're fine.
Yeah, now we're fine.
I'm in my 40s now. Everything's great.
It's been 4 months.
Yeah. And so, but did you clear your Facebook? No.
It was my Insta.
Okay.
It was my Insta. And, and even today, the kids are very into this. Like, they clear it and then they just put like one picture and then they only, Mom, just do story. Yeah. And then, Mom, you have too many things, And I'm like,
so they're helping you with your social.
They think they're helping, and I get it. But at the same time, I mean, you can see I have some friends from my label here. They help me. Yeah. Because they're like, Kay. Yeah. We're only going to do a thing you're promoting right now. Because I'm not a very self-promoting person. I'll be like, you're damn right. And then I just post it.
Right. So for you, it's more like I'm sharing.
Expression. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sharing whatever's happening in this moment. I'm sharing whatever's happening on the day.
And then people will say to me, your page is for, it's curated to what your brand is, or your da-da-da-da. And you should get a separate, account where you could just say the things you want to say. And I'm like, to who? Right. And, to your friends. Well, my friends already know. That's why we're friends. So
you're like, I don't need a burner account.
My friend sent it to me. That's who sent it to me. Yeah. So now I want all my greater, what do we call it? Cohort. Because I consider my audience, I don't like the word fans. I like that's like my greater cohort of people that we kind of probably,
And I love that your kids help you with your social, because
you're still there. I don't know.
The reason I'm there is because they get to see
they
know what you've gone through too. Like, they've seen some of your work, and they, the fact that he deleted one or not the other. I wonder if he knows the story behind what you've done.
That's an interesting point too, because I'm I pretty much almost raised them, 3 boys. Yeah. And I, as somebody who has kind of gone through certain stages of life, I really believe in the wisdom of the female, like at this point in life. I think it's important. I don't think it's everything, but I have something to say now that maybe is different than before and all that. And it makes me, I sort of filter through my boys' ears and eyes, because I don't want to say something and it appear combative or bitter, toward the opposite sex, or I want to continue to like sort of represent what a woman is to my boys, because I think that we are connected. Like, whether they would be conscious of it, admit it or not, I'm probably a little bit the schema of woman a bit, right? So I do really take that into consideration more and more when I'm posting, because being right is not always the most important thing. Is what
You're raising 3 boys.
Well, I think I already did it.
Already did.
How old are they now?
Almost 18, almost 21, and 22. I had 3 boys in 4 years.
Wow. So you did raise them already. When you look at,
and I like them all. They're really. They're good peeps.
When you look at them and when you hang out with them, because my son is 14, and I think one of the big mental stressors, I think, of raising him right now is like, how do we raise him right based on our values, how we want him to treat people, how we want him to see the women in his life, the women that will come into his life. When you look at your boys, do you go, okay, we did it, we're good?
I think so. Yeah. I think, by the time they're 12, they say, and that sounds about right to me, you've done it. You've got your 14 and you're gonna keep him on the rails, but I think by the time they're 12, they should know who they are. And there's a bit of we leave a lot to chance, right? Because the world is such a tsunami of input, and it's like, wow, man, how am I gonna be up against that with just this little house and our 2 dogs and his dad and I? Like, how are we going to be up against the world, and things happen in your house, and they're wounding, right? So it's tough, but I do think that that connection, that love connection, the presence you've had with your children is ultimately it's bigger. And I'm going to go ahead. Somebody told me this a long time ago, and I believe it. I think especially up until they're 12, but far and beyond. We don't realize it, but even like 15 minutes of one-on-one time with our children is the magic. Like just 15 minutes straight where they know that you are completely, and I do it, with my 17-year-old comes home and he's just like, this, that, I learned this, I'm thinking about this, and have you heard this? And, Raine and I will say to each other like, hey, put your phone down. Like he's talking, he's present, he's engaged. Like even at this age with him beyond 12, it's not maybe as structured, but I will like immediately identify, oh, there might be 15 minutes here right now. Yeah. And that's when I just go, okay, everything else is just going to fall away. And so I think that if you can do that as much as possible, the connection you have with your child is going to actually stand up to the world. I do.
Love that.
Yeah, I do.
It's also the fact they're older now, because my daughter just went off to university, and they don't prepare you for that.
No, they don't.
I didn't know the feelings I was going to have.
No. We cry.
Yeah, it's almost a loss.
We cry. Yeah, I've got one that's just also seemingly like leaving the nest. Like I think it might be done, and it's heavy. Like I can't talk about it.
Yeah,
it's
difficult.
It's not the same as when they go to college, because when they go to college, they're going to be back in a few months. Or, my one son did this thing where he went away on a semester abroad. And so we didn't see him for double the amount of time or triple, because, he'd get a little homesick for the beginning of semesters. They can get a little homesick. Yeah. Okay, I'll come on home for a weekend. We cheat a bit. But he went away. And that was wow, that was that. But it was helpful. Now I have one that he's not in college, and he's just, I think, moving out.
Yeah.
These transitions, people do not prepare you.
Not prepared.
And when I have friends who are younger and they have small children, there's so much I want to say.
Okay.
But you don't say it. And I'm now in that club of like, let them, not Mel Robbins.
Let them.
No, let them have it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you were to say, well, you enjoy that. What is coming is very, very difficult. If you said that to people, that's not nice. It's the truth. Because if you have more than, it might be just even on one child, but if you have more than one child, you have doubled and maybe now tripled your chance that it could be hard at times, whether it's illness or, sorry, shit happens. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. And it transcends money and power and whatever, and poverty, So I think that we all have to go through it. There is no way around it. That time of your children becoming their own people is truly, that's the really tough stuff. I would take the baby Bjorn over that any day and poopy diapers any day.
And letting them feel the hurt, letting them feel the experiences.
And you're like, because then you can sit in retroactive problem solving that you you didn't have a crystal ball for. And there's all sorts of stuff that becomes really hard, difficult decisions. And I would say the transition to adult is really a wild part of the ride that no one can ever prepare you for.
Well,
are they dating? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my kids, they must have picked up something in our house because they are hardcore lovers. Like they partner for life types. Yeah.
Really?
My one son has been with his girlfriend since 6th grade.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And they are in 3rd year.
There you go.
So, we're going through with our son. He has like made a connection with this girl right now.
Look at who his daddy is.
And so well, now we're kind of like, my wife is the one who's a bit more trepidatious. She's like, should we let him do this? I'm like, babe, like it's what's gonna be is gonna be. Like, let's just be here. Yeah. But
that's also tough.
Yeah.
Because One of the challenges I've found is, and I don't have a daughter, so I've had to like catch myself right away, not getting too attached, but then you don't want to appear cold, and you have to remember like, what are they thinking and feeling? Like that's my boyfriend's mom. And oh my God, my one son, he had a breakup, and I loved his girlfriend, she's just adorable. And she had my heart for sure. They all have had my heart,
Right.
all of them. And so, when that happened, it was her birthday, and he missed her, and he mentioned it's her birthday, and I was like, okay. And I texted her a birthday certificate from her favorite shop, nothing major, but just like, to let her know.
Yeah.
Like, I know she's never coming back to my house, but and her mom did not like that.
Right.
And I went, whoa, lady, like, what do you, like, I was just, if anything, that should be a good message to her daughter.
Yeah.
But it's not my place to decide what's a good message to her daughter. Right. And I had to process, like, no, her mom, listen to the mom. Like, the mom is saying, she needs to have that clean.
Yeah.
So there's all these little minutia things that you learn, and, it's a lot. It's wild. And also your partner has a different lens.
Yeah.
Or like kid going to college, I'm all up in my own feelings. Look over at hubby, and he's on the floor, and you're like, oh, now I have double the sad, because when I take on my husband's sad, oh my God, that's
And
life.
you don't know what you don't know.
I know. Are we starting with our first
Let's
post?
start
Do you remember
with
your
the
first
first.
post ever?
wow. Well, it can't be, right? Because if it was on
We went to
Well,
Facebook.
it's Facebook.
Too.
I wonder though if the Facebook was attached to the Insta from the start.
This one's a fairly old photo.
You might be able to answer all those questions if you
Yeah.
see the photo.
Okay.
I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
Okay.
From August 5th, 2009.
Oh, wow.
Tell us about
First
this.
photo.
That's heavy for me.
Tell us
for
about
a
this-
lot
this
now
moment.
it's heavy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what's heavy about it? Why?
Well, I'm no longer in a due to politics. There's an issue with somebody who was really involved
Okay.
in that. So that's heavy for me. That makes me want to cry. Because it's such a divisive time, and I'm so liberal. Like, I'm overtly somebody who prides themselves in being, very compassionate, and so this is, they're in the world now. They're saying it out loud. Compassion is a weakness, and so it's a difficult time to be somebody who is openly and overtly compassionate. So as soon as I see that, that really holds a mirror up to myself.
Yeah, here.
In a way that I wouldn't have expected. Sorry about that.
No, of course.
It's
But,
beautiful. You're with your piano.
Yeah. No, I love how you're going back to like sort of like, let's talk about the superficial.
But your piano is a very important part of your life.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're there creating music.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
Wow.
Because ultimately, that's really, for my purposes, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, because the piano is definitely my piano is my rock,
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
Like Raine's my rock, but my piano was maybe my first rock. It's my sanctuary, and my it's definitely my safety zone for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where you speak through your emotions and all of it.
Yeah, it's kind of where I put it all. I mean, how PG is your show?
It's not.
I said it.
Go
Go.
for it. Yeah, go for it.
No, I mean, lately I should probably wait until I'm much older to say this. It'll have a better impact. But I call the piano is my pole, is my stripper pole.
Okay.
Because I have this very dark, I have a very dark philosophy theory about what happens to girl wonderment. It seems to go sideways to me.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, in the world of music and dance and expression for females, and even like fashion, and it sadly it grows up, and I'm a little sad about where it has to go.
Got it.
Personally, I am, and I don't judge anyone else, because everybody is in their thing. So I get it. I'm not mad, but for me personally, I just, and I think even today we're seeing there's a lot of confusion out there about what is, what is titillating and what is beautiful, and what's safe.
Yeah.
And so what happened to me, I feel, is that because I just naturally from very little played the piano, it's not like I didn't get a little soxy here and there, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's okay. But I didn't eventually feel that I needed to define myself by, what I was putting out there in a physical way.
Yeah.
I'm okay that I'm aging, and I'm okay if things are covered up. I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel as though I am going without because I have the piano, and the piano is my stripper pole. Whereas I'm sad that in industry, it feels like, for women, like it's not a matter of do you have a stripper pole. To me, it feels like what is it?
What is your stripper
Right.
pole?
Right.
Do I need a stripper pole?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I was going to say one's brain could
Yeah.
be one's stripper pole.
Yeah.
There's nothing more sexy to me than a
Yeah.
I wonder,
brain,
I wonder if
good brain.
there's a parallel to this. I say this about kind of the way that people interact with each other in the world now, sort of the harshness of it, and the things that people hold important, or the things that people the values that people in my mind might have forgotten about. When I was young, I thought the world was going to be a certain way when I got older, and I found out as I got older that it was the way I feared it was going to be, not the way that I hoped it was going to be. Is that sort of a parallel to the way that you consider women in music or women in art, and how what they sometimes have to do in order to be paid attention to?
I hear a lot of stories now, and from men, like from the male perspective, the females are accountable, and from the female perspective, I could see where the male is accountable, and so there's a chicken egg thing going on, and then there is what is emerging as a truth, like what are people willing to reveal is going on in these sort of closed door situations. And perhaps the good thing about today is that it's coming out what is happening in closed doors, right? Behind closed doors. And so we can maybe all of us agree, female or male, that it doesn't need to be quite like that. Like that there's a better way.
Is it getting better, do you think?
Well, maybe this is what I'm saying. Maybe the good news is that with things coming out, then we can maybe there's a reset opportunity there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it makes me sad that people feel like, look, if I don't do this, I always go back to the Lance Armstrong story, right? He was using these drug and performance enhancing drugs. And he basically said after, when it was all said and done, he finally admitted it. He was like, look, if you don't use it, you're not in the game.
Right.
Right. So I feel like in the world, not pro sports, if you don't do a certain thing, maybe you're not in the game is maybe the messaging, right?
Yeah.
But maybe we can correct that a bit.
Right.
Maybe it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, I was wearing a very revealing shirt in that picture.
I will have to look.
I remember it was a bit soxy, but it was very pretty. I found it quite beautiful. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You felt pretty in
Fine
it.
line. Yeah, I did. I
Fine
felt
line.
pretty, and it's a tricky balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would love for you to pick a photo randomly, whichever, and
Yes.
glasses.
Yeah, that's. I'm in Los Angeles with Raine, and I believe we're at a War Child event, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that it was a comedy event that Sarah Silverman headlined,
Oh, okay.
And I had the extreme privilege of having lunch with her the day before with Samantha Nutt, the founder, and Amanda Seyfried and Tommy Sadowski, Amanda's husband. We all went for lunch the day before, and it was like so funny. Of course it was. There was a lot of laughter, a lot of giggles at the table. So it's bringing back a lot of memories. And actually, the thing that's really, that shirt of Raine's, that whenever he wears that shirt, I always want to like kind of cozy up to him. He still wears it, and it's very cuddly.
You guys are so cute there.
Yeah, him?
No,
Yeah.
you guys together are so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're 30 years together this year.
30 years.
Yeah.
This year will be 30 years.
30 years. Mhm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you guys celebrate
Yeah.
30 years?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Well, you know what I was just doing was I was
Complicated.
thinking about where am I going to be when we're together 30 years. And that's in September. I believe Raine and I plan on being on tour together this fall.
Nice.
And so I think that's a great way
Yeah.
of celebrating being together 30 years, that we will be being together. And we have a book coming out together.
Well, congratulations. You guys
So-
grew up together.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really lucky.
It's a blessing.
Oh, the grass is not greener.
Mm.
Nope.
To be, to have grown up with someone and to still choose to be with
Oh,
someone
yeah.
every single day.
Yeah.
I think that's what they say, right? It's not the
You
falling
have a
in love.
lot
it's
of
the-
wisdom.
I read a lot of stuff.
Well, love is a choice.
Yeah.
Love is
Yeah.
a choice.
Love is a choice. If you think you're going to wake up and be with somebody because you feel it 30 years later, you're in for a surprise.
Right.
Yeah. You just, it's like, I mean, and yet the feeling, I mean, I'm lucky because I do feel that for my partner. Like I really do. And I know that's rare, but it doesn't matter. Even though I feel that feeling can make you even more like, enraged or passionate or irrational, So yeah.
He's your best friend.
He is.
You've been together for a long time too.
Yeah.
20.
It's like 20. Oh my God. Like the anniversary of our first date
Yeah.
is 26 years
26
this
years.
year.
28 for me. Yeah.
And so you and I have talked about this because when I ask her about
You both look so young.
you did too.
Thank you.
No, but it's been a long time
But
we've been in a
so
relationship.
when the first time I asked her, I'm like, "Yo, what's Sam like? Like, what's the relationship like?" And she straight up was like, "He's a great best friend." I was like, "That's awesome." And my wife and I talk about it all the time because we'll look at each other and we'll just go, "I like you."
Yeah.
And the idea that what do you weigh? Because when you're young and in love, you don't think about like what like actually is and how important that is.
Well, no,
for a
because
long
you're
term.
just a slave to the chemistry.
Yeah.
The nature is so much bigger than you and me. And it knows what it's doing. It's trying to correct things when it puts you together. It's just you and your partner are just a correction on the part of nature. 150%. And I get that. It's like you're put together with your various strengths and weaknesses, and histories and generational traumas and wounds and all the things, and you're put together to solve problems, and part of that problem solve is that one day it's going to become seemingly impossible and seemingly like almost like insurmountable water under the bridge. It's just going to be like there is no way. But that's actually the moment that nature is on its hands and knees begging you. That's the big moment where it's.
How did you guys meet?
We met at a Pearl Jam concert.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like come on.
Yeah.
So that's the moment when you're supposed to go problem solve.
Yeah.
Problem solve. And then by doing that, nature won.
Yeah.
Nature won. Nature got one. And I think nature probably knows it's not getting everybody.
Yeah.
But it's gonna and I think the ones that figure that out, that's special. That's important for the world, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blessings for sure.
Blessings for sure.
All right, we'll go for the second photo.
Yep.
Do you remember that moment?
Oh,
Yeah, what's the story?
I kind of remember it. But I never thought that Alanis was in the picture with Steve, Raine, and me at any point. I didn't know that. That's so funny.
Like as an observer and a fan, it's like a pretty wild, iconic photo. But
Yeah.
what's the moment? Like, what is actually happening in this moment?
It's Thanksgiving, and I feel like it's that Alanis hosted a Thanksgiving.
Aw.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Is he wearing the same shirt
In
as the other
Malibu.
photo?
I think so.
There
I
you
think
go.
he's wearing the same freaking shirt.
I think he is. Am I
No,
wrong?
it's different.
It's a different one? Okay.
Yeah, there's no pockets on this one. But he's clearly here for the
the flannel.
flannel.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, wow. You're just taking me down memory lane. I still have that shirt and I love it. It
Yeah.
says self-care isn't selfish.
Two iconic female artists there. It's pretty great.
And a great athlete
Yeah, and a great
and a good
athlete.
podcaster. Did you catch my joke? My husband's a great athlete. A lot of people don't know. My husband's the fastest runner I've ever seen in person.
Really?
live, ever. Yeah, he's an incredible athlete, my husband.
Was there
Explosive.
when he was younger? Was there ever?
He was a football player. He was a running back.
And was there a possibility? Was he like, this could be a career?
I think he went to play football maybe for university, and he went to make that decision. And I don't want to speak for him, but I think what happened was he was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
This is, I'm making this my job if I choose to go for football.
Right.
And I think he may have realized that it wasn't meant to be his job. So
Do you guys
He
stay
didn't
in
do it.
contact still, all of you guys? Or
I think, well, Steve, I text with sometimes. I haven't talked to Alanis in a while. She moved away. She we lived down the street from each other, and our kids were around the same age. So we it was you when you have neighborhood friends, it's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
easy,
yeah.
but it's hard when you're not near each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can't remember if I even met her last baby she had.
Yeah.
No.
It's such a great photo. I love it.
It is a really
It's-
good
it's
photo.
really
Is it?
special.
Is it? I want to say, how easy is it, or how difficult is it to maintain close relationships with people who are so busy? So these four people in this picture, to me, who I'm a fan of, these four people, are like, they're off doing this, they're off doing that. They have to create this over here. Like, how difficult is it to maintain that close relationship?
The reality is, I think it's really hard.
Yeah.
You get to a point in your life where you have like kind of a small group of people that you stay in touch with. I haven't talked to my mom in several days. Like, you know what I mean? It's busy.
Yeah.
And for me, especially as my kids became older, I started to just be like, I don't have really any bandwidth for anything except my husband, my kids, a few close friends, my parents, and my work. Like it's, and when I say my work, I mean my purpose, like whether that's, because sometimes it's like something you didn't expect takes over for a second, right? Like it could be creative, it could be conscious, like something that you never expected was going to take over. So, yeah, I've saved space for that.
Yeah. So then what is it now?
Currently, well, I'm knitting a summer sweater.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Desert
I'm trying to
sweater.
knit a bit. What else is going on?
You have a
I'm trying
Valentine's
to
show
put-
coming up soon.
Yeah, I have 6 shows in a row right now.
Yeah.
I'm working on like so many projects like of my own and others
Yeah.
in the studio, and just you can never predict like when work is coming in, and you start chasing like ideas and various things, and so I think I do save quite a bit of space for the creative.
You have to leave yourself open.
Yeah, a little bit. I like it. I don't like it to get too full.
Yeah.
I start going, whoa.
Right.
Did your
Slow
creative
down.
journey change when you became a mother? Did you find the way you approached your career or your love differently?
We've always, especially like up until recently, I just didn't tour like mega.
Yeah.
No. Like I just took I'm now planning my first American tour in forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how's
It'll
that
be
feel for you now?
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
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 But I just stopped. I just was like, no. And the perspective was that, is it really worth it? Like, Like with the kids, I don't know. Like, nah, I don't
Yeah.
know. But now, and again, back to the expectations. My expectations are very different too. Like now I just want to play. I just want to play.
You just want to play.
I feel like a little bit like a caged animal in terms of getting to play.
Right. So
I
is
just
it
wanna
is
play.
it like you've had this time
Yeah.
away
A little bit.
and you hadn't like satisfied that like I got to get out there?
I think so. There's a bit of an itch going on.
Right.
Yeah. It may take the rest of my life to satisfy it now.
Nice.
But I'm really excited that Raine and I have projects too, because that way it'll always be, whether it's me or him and I'll be busy, I think, with my various performing opportunities, I think.
Okay, we'll go for another photo,
Okay, we'll go for
whichever you want.
You just impacted that design.
Just I shouldn't have touched it.
Oh, wow. You're killing me. That's wow. I know every person in that picture.
So what are we looking at here?
That is me in my school play in 6th grade. Yeah. Yeah, I went to a school in Winnipeg called Balmoral Hall. And so, we all grew up together. Like a lot of the kids went to the school. There's a couple pictures, couple people in this picture that they were there since they were in nursery school even.
Oh wow.
And they stayed, they called them lifers, and they were there till they graduated high school. I was there from when I was 6 years old, 2nd grade, till 10th. So I was there a long time. And to me, it's really funny that I was the lead to me, it's very funny that I was the lead in the school play. However, I don't know how. Oh yeah, somebody sent me me singing as I'm Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and somebody sent me singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and it was in that moment. It was actually just the other day I saw it. I don't think I had seen it in, oh God, I don't know how long. But it was one of the first times where I was like, oh wow, I was worthy of being Dorothy in the school play. I'd never thought of myself like that.
Really?
No.
So you didn't get that. I mean, grade 6 is a bit different.
It's
The
easy
perspective-
math.
Yeah.
It should be easy math that, well, duh, I
Sure.
should have been
Yeah.
the lead.
I think I was like a rock in my grade 6 play, and I was like, how am I a rock? I should be out front. But you were like,
I was the lead, and I don't think I ever was convinced in my own. It's not my own brain. It's somewhere in my whatever that. But when I watched it, I was like, holy, that was good.
nice.
That was beautiful.
So music was really part of your life at a very
It
young
was,
age.
but I have such a strange relationship with my memory of being like, worthy of even taking up that space. It's so weird.
So when did you figure out you were worthy then?
I'm still figuring it out,
Yeah.
Sangeeta. Yeah, all the time. You go from understanding your ability and your, something in your individual talent and and then some days I really believe it and I can see it, and then other days I'm like, oh, who
is that like
who was I kidding?
Do you think is that like an on purpose thing to be like, I don't want to become something I would dislike, or is that just an innate sort of, I just don't believe this is happening?
I think it's a few things. One is just, childhood, I don't even want to call it insecurities. I think it's just your own, how you're wired. Like my mother only recently sent me the letters that I received from the Royal Conservatory of Music saying that I had the highest grade several years in a row. Like one time it was the country, one time it was the province.
Wow.
And there's like stuff like that. She sent me an envelope and I opened it and I was going, oh my God, like this is amazing. Like, so maybe it's good that I didn't really know like there was something bigger going on. I don't know. The childhood thing, I don't know. But then the adult thing is weird because you're in an industry where sometimes your talent doesn't really matter.
You're in an industry where your talent doesn't matter.
It's not about who's the most talented. It's kind of luck, man.
Why do you say that?
Timing,
Yeah.
luck,
Yeah.
where you live, people you know. I hate to say it, but it is true, and people do need to accept it. It helps to accept that so much is based on luck.
Does it like upset you a bit when people won't admit that where they've gotten luck has been a part of it?
Oh, it doesn't upset me. I don't know what people think. I know it's luck.
Right.
Because I think you could be the most talented person in the world. You are still lucky. You're lucky you're talented.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky that you took the talent and had some kind of like revelation of what to do with it, or that something steered you along. In my case, I could it's endless the amount of things that I could count that give me luck that I have. I blame it all on luck.
You've had an incredible career. Like, you have an incredible career. And was there a time that you felt that success? You felt that I'm worthy?
Sometimes, the odd time.
There must
I
have been
feel-
that one time you're just like, I'm in the right place and this is my moment.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't often feel this is the time and this is the moment. I don't feel that. What I do feel sometimes, the odd moment of magic just happened.
Right.
Like, oh, that was, that was really, something was captured there and we felt it.
Yeah.
And people, it can be small, big, but it just, I'm sitting in front of friends here that were there. So I'm thinking of a moment within the past, say, couple of months or something. There was this thing called the Songwriters Hall of Fame. And I was lucky enough to be asked to do the tribute to Jane Sibrey. And I'm a huge Jane Sibrey fan. So first of all, I'm lucky that somebody that I work with knew somebody that was trying to figure out the right cast, the casting, if you will. And so that's my first luck that I got to do that day. That I had a friend that thought I might be a good fit.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to do one of Jane's songs, and the answer was, well, no, you can't do that song because we're celebrating Jane, and this is the song that we've selected. And then I was lucky enough to get my head out of my, and go with what they said, because there was a moment of like, I can't sing that song.
Right.
So then I sang. I worked hard to figure out how to sing the other song that they had selected. And then I was very nervous because first of all, it's Jane Sibrey. And then second of all, it's a really hard song to sing. And anyway, it came together. I can remember feeling in that moment that like, even just getting through the song that I didn't mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like that felt like, and that she was there and that I didn't like botch her song. And that to me is that to me is special. I mean,
Yeah.
Were you, like, how nervous were you that you might have botched your song?
Yeah. Really. It's a really hard song.
What about when you sang the national anthem too, when that was a moment for you?
Yeah, I guess there was that one.
Yeah. I'm like, let's talk about that for a second. You made an impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That I can actually say I did.
Yeah.
I did. And I'm old enough to say that yes.
Yeah.
And there's people that have also done that same thing. So I don't want to say, and I'm not the only person who's done that before.
But that takes a lot of courage.
The one that I love was, oh my God, I'm going to mess this up. Please, God, help me. Please edit this. Please edit this.
Edit, guys.
Yeah. It's the incredible singer that, sorry, my brain.
It's for national anthem or?
Yeah, she did the national anthem and she changed it to Our Home on Native Land.
Julie Black did.
Yes, Julie Black did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's who did it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that was also, it was just incredibly brave and incredibly poignant. Like I could cry. I grew up a half an hour away from the Elkhorn Residential School. And my grandmother's names were Apistisquasish and Methkukuman Eskew. And then my great-grandmother, who was in the Elkhorn Residential School.
Crazy.
And so for me, in 2022, when, they started to, was it 2022? When they started to, find children and all, it really hit me hard in the gut that this is a learning moment. And anyway, so when people like Julie Black do things like that, I think it's spectacular. And I know that what I did it confused people for a second, but I feel that over and over again now we're seeing that I was probably on the right side of. I think I was on. I think I was on the right side of history, and I think I would do it again. I didn't ask anyone. It felt like it came to me. Like I read the lyric change of the anthem because we used to think it was our home. And oh Canada, our home, a native land, true patriot love. It was in all thy sons command. And then just around COVID, it was changed to in all of us command. Yeah. And so when I saw the change, I was like, oh, in all of us command. Well, it should be in only us command. Like, you know, I just it just came to me like that's what it should be. That's lucky. Somebody said something to me in that moment. Somebody said something. I was lucky.
I think it's being also brilliant. You said the mind,
I don't
right?
think it is.
The what was it? The dancing pole is the brain and being smart, and that's.
But
what
see,
it is.
I don't agree. Like, I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But to me, I didn't think of that. To me, it was there.
But in that moment, you thought about it.
I didn't. I feel like it was planted in my brain.
But your brain was talking to you in that moment.
Well, thank God I haven't done ayahuasca and, you know, all these things. I don't know. I kept my brain pristine enough that.
So listen, you are brilliant. What you write incredible music.
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Oh,
thank you.
So I'm gathering
I'm
that.
just lucky.
No.
But I'm gathering that the way that you think about it is that these things come to you.
Do you want to know what I believe? Do you want to know what I believe?
Yes.
I'll tell you what I believe. You are, when I talk, you're like, geez, girl, shut up. Pick up a picture. You're like, geez, girl, you have gone off. Let's bring her back to the rails.
No, bring
and
it.
I appreciate
it. I'm ready.
But I'll tell you what this is the closest to what I think this whole thing is.
Okay.
The words, the thoughts, the feelings, they're all here. They're all of us have them. It is like, imagine a giant database. And they are going around like an ethos. And we pluck them at different times. And there's something that I think almost like, what do you call it when it like, what do they call it in like a sci-fi movie? Like you cross over.
Yes, right.
Into another
A
dimension.
Yeah.
And I think that ethos of thoughts and feelings, whatever, it's like it goes in and out of our own machinery here.
Yeah.
And I learned recently that the heart is not what we think it is. People have known this forever. Grave robbers knew it. Leonardo da Vinci knew it. The heart is a long rectangular muscle. And it's twisted and spiraled and contorted into what we think is this heart. Look it up. It'll blow your mind. And it's sitting in a chamber. I guess that's why they call it the
heart chamber.
The heart chamber. And with its plasma, liquid, whatever whole situation, it works in a magnetic system. And it's connected to the earth. And that's how it has its pumping effect. Like that's how it's in motion.
Okay.
So we are connected to something.
Right.
What? You know, so there's already this, I wish I could remember what the word is when people like, when they transcend, when they transition, I don't know, when they're going over to the other side, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like we live in this really trippy thing we're not quite aware of, but I recently heard a beautiful thing, and that's when you pray or you meditate, you should first sit and breathe and be present. You know, presence is so important. And then the next thing we should do is be grateful for the moment. And then the third thing we should do is we should remember exactly what I just described, that we're not trying to think of these things. We're not trying to feel things. It's all here. You just need to pluck it. It's like... you're already there.
We just have to grab it.
So when you're in the process of writing something and you want to create a song, you can't force it. You just have to let it.
That's the worst because you're like, come on, God.
Yeah.
You know?
Give me something.
When you beg for it, when you look for it, it can be it can be a downer. It can be hard. And we call it writer's block and all that stuff. But it's, I was just in the studio before I came over here. And for me, the piano is how I get there. Like, you know, I just play a note and I play a thing and I go, oh, and that gives me feelings. And then next thing I know, I'm in a place, you know?
Yeah.
So
you love writing though, right?
I like it when it works. I don't like it when it's not working, but but it can be so cool to hear. What I think is really neat, it's, what is it called? The ex nihilo, when you create something that was not there before. That's really cool. Because that's like, oh, I experienced that thing, you know, that just made out of nowhere. Where did that come from?
And then you go in to share it, and then everyone has the vibration.
And then it's given back in, right, to this ethos. It's pretty magical.
Yeah.
I love watching your TikToks too now. You're doing the songs you wrote before for other artists and you're bringing it back with a different light. And that must be special for you to be able to do that and say,
it's been a really neat little journey to revisit and reimagine and, you know, interpret. Also just like to reframe the creative process, like what that was and who that was, and be a little like graceful and forgiving of myself and others, and like kind of I can understand somebody not doing a project like that, because you have to like look at your history and get pretty up close and personal with it can be demons, it can be you know some things are better left in the past in a way, like but it's coming out soon and it's exciting.
You bring the life to the words again. It's special to see you do all of that again.
Thank you.
Really
I'm
nice.
really excited to share it with people.
Okay, we got one more or two?
We can do one more. Let's do it. Or two.
One more?
Oh my God, I've been looking for this picture.
I told you.
I love it.
I told you would love this photo.
No. Wait, there's another one I need as well. If you can find it, if you can help me.
I wonder if they have it already.
We have to find the one of me with Larry David. If you can help me find it.
Okay, I'll look
too.
for that too.
But would you mind?
What's happening? What? How? When?
You know, my heart aches a little bit about the whole Britney Spears situation. I hate to say, I probably sound like a big Britney fan. You know, they're like, save Britney. Yeah, it's heavy for me, because the Britney that I got to work with and you know, someone I'm, you know, friends with and has been in my life was really, really close with Britney. You know, I just, my heart aches. My heart aches for everybody in that whole, you know, situation. But I cherish the time that I got to spend with her, in which she was just lovely, and hey, I'm sure she still is. I'm sure she was very kind and just kind of a Southern, you know, had that real like that trait, that Southern etiquette, like that, you know.
When was this? Was it in a studio? Do you know? Do you remember?
She recorded a song I wrote with Simon Wilcox called If I'm Dancing. And I actually did reinterpret it for my new album coming out called In My Own Voice. So I sing the Britney part. And the funny story, very quickly, and we'll try to get one more picture. I know you have to go, but the day she came in the studio, she went to sing, and I said, hey, you know, can you try it kind of like the way that Marilyn sang Happy Birthday to Mr. President? Because I really heard it in that voice of like, happy birthday. You know, I don't know why. I just thought it would work really well, because the song is called If I'm Dancing. And so I heard Britney kind of singing it like, if I'm dancing, if I'm dancing. Like I had this image in my head. So she did it. And it was really cool. And she did what I asked, like so polite, so humble. She did exactly what I asked. And then she said, would you mind if I just did it kind of like how I would do it, you know? And I was like, well, absolutely. I mean, like, I felt kind of embarrassed in that moment, because I'm like, well, yeah, you're Britney freaking Spears. Like, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Anyway, she opens her mouth and she sang it like Britney. And I just had to smack myself in the forehead, because, like, of course, she already had the iconic voice. Do you know what I mean? And it was just so cool. It never gets old to hear your song sang by an iconic voice, which I think is more and more rare to have that opportunity for that to happen. There's fewer and fewer icons like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like there's just a sea of talent out there. And what's an icon now? It's like, it's different now. So it was just a magical moment. Yeah.
It's such a great photo.
And it's such a great song. Like the production, it was done by this guy. Oh my God, my brain right now. Sorry, I didn't have enough coffee. Ian Kirkpatrick. He also did like Dua Lipa's, One, pick up the phone. Like that's his mastermind and his masterpiece. Anyway, he's brilliant. The song is just absolutely incredible.
What do you think of music now then?
I think there's a lot of great music out there. I just think there's just so much music that, it's like every man for himself, every person for themselves. It's hard to emerge, right? It
Do you think it's harder now?
Yeah, I would say it's a lot harder because there's such a sea. And how do you how do you pop out, you know? It's tough. So hats off to all the inspired out there.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of courage to try.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, there's my 4 followers and there's my 16 likes. And don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Like I want to tell everybody, don't worry about that. But it's hard.
Yeah.
I feel that sometimes. I put up a picture and oh my God, 52,000 people. What? And then I put out something that mattered way more to me and I got nothing. So we don't, there's algorithms, there's all these things, right?
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah. Let me look at one more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
See what else we found.
That is wild.
I can't. It was a long time ago.
Oh, don't.
What's this one?
Well, you're going to make me cry. That's my son playing with me. Yeah. He's a brilliant artist and doing his thing now. And yeah. Talk about courage.
Yeah. Talk about courage.
Yeah. Talk about courage.
Sort of a through line of this conversation has been like kind of the ups and downs and maybe the difficulties of art and how it relates to you and how you relate to the world. Did you wish this life for your kids?
I think without thinking about it, just thought it would be fine if one of them did that, but it's hard. And now seeing the minutia of, becoming an adult and taking on a career in something your parents do and are established at. And so it's like it's really shifting. We're so new and different every single day. Our perspective is always changing. And I think as each day goes on, I think it takes a lot of courage and also, like, I was that age once.
Yeah.
And did my parents turn around and go, oh, my God, the courage on her? No. They were like, well, that's what she was born to do. And they had such a different they weren't overthinking it.
Yeah.
Because they were not musicians,
Right.
professional musicians. They had a whole other life. So they were just excited for me. But I don't have that with my kid. With my kid, I overthink it. And I worry. And he gets it. He knows that I'm nervous slacks about it. And so
He has 2 great teachers.
yeah, but that just doesn't.
He just has to pluck it.
Well, he is. It's me. Maybe it's me. I'm more worried about being a mom.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like, hey, man, he's a big kid now. He's 22 years old and he's figuring it out. I'm really excited for him. And that's talk about rare. My son and I performing together. That is so special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is it going to happen again?
I think he wants it to happen again.
That's great.
Yeah. So as long as he wants it to happen again, I'm game.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. That's amazing in itself that he'd like it to happen throughout our life. That's pretty cool.
I mean, it's pretty cool when your son wants to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's pretty cool.
Looking at all these photos
Yeah.
and going through this, and again, him and I went through this earlier and saw the incredible career, life you've built. Do you ever reflect back on things and say, it's a blessing?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. More and more lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good to take stock. It's so easy it's so easy to, come to the light is the thing. When you come to the light, you can have these moments of just like simplicity, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, like to be honest, I mean, I love my kid and I like my friends and working with Britney was great and all that. But when I see that picture, husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's the one where you're like,
Yeah, I'm so sad for people who get a divorce because, I mean, I know some people have to get a divorce. I get it.
Yeah.
And you have to. But if you could just hang on, it's so good. Like, it's just, I hadn't talked to Raine in like 24 hours or something like that. And I felt this guilty feeling of like, oh, I don't even know if I need to talk to him. Like, we're so good. Like, that's how crazy our shit is. It's like, I don't even, you know what I mean? Like, but then I remember you still have to, because it's, your relationship, it requires work. So even on the days you think you don't need to check in, you still should, because, you're not, no one is immune to needing to do that work. So I checked in with him and I said, do you ever sometimes just feel like we don't even need to call? He's like, I know.
Oh.
I said, do you ever feel like so connected? And he was like, yeah. And it's just really, really so cool to have a constant in your life like that. Because your kids even, it comes and goes, But your partner is like, that is rad to have something that through and through.
The word constant, I like that.
Yeah, your through line,
I really
so
like that.
it's funny because I moved to tears, but truly it's more me sad for how many people don't, like, love is a bit of a skill set.
Love is a bit of
yeah.
Right. And so I almost in that moment, I grieve this, it's a loss to me. How many people don't, I hate to say it, like have that under, like, it's so massive. It's so wonderful to be able to figure it out.
And it looks like you're continually figuring it out.
Yeah.
every
At the end
day.
of the day, listen, the kids leave,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? They go off to college or whatever. And it's like, guess who you're sitting with?
Yeah.
That guy. Well, you don't get my guy, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, sure.
You get a guy, you get somebody. And my hope is that at the end of that, you have that person, right?
Yeah.
Love that.
It is a blessing. I feel what you're saying right now.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's even for yourself. Like we're lucky. Like you
Yeah,
said.
my dad said to me on my wedding day, my dad said, "Oh, now you have someone to grow old with."
Girl.
And like, there's not much more to it. Like,
Yeah.
so be nice.
Love each
and
other.
You love each other.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Thank you
Perfect.
so much.
Thank
You're
you for
amazing.
having me.
Thanks for having
Thank you.
This
us.
was so
and-
lovely. Thank you.